you guys put yourself in a position where most experts are, you guys are in just playing for seeding. Does that resonate with you as players to think what you've gotten to this point, and does it change any way you approach things?
It is pretty cool. I don't think it changes the way we approach things, but it is pretty cool to know that, your hard work pays off. Because I feel like at least the last 2 years that we've missed out on it, it's been like, we were right there, or we put ourselves in really good position, but we still had to win our conference. So to be able to compete like this in the Big 12 in our first year, and just know that, like, hey, we were a really successful year. Still have a couple games left, but we're gonna go dancing later. It's cool.
That's what you learned about this crazy conference where you can steal in Lawrence and get tripped up in Stillwater and Manhattan.
What have I learned from it?
Yeah, what have you learned? Just the fact that, on any given day, anybody can beat anybody, and how much you have to be on your feet every game.
Yeah, it is. It's the margin of victory is really small. So, wins and losses swing on really small hinges. It could be a couple turnovers, it could be a couple shots, just little things. And it's kind of funny. Like, we look at, I think we're tied for 4th or 5th or something in the conference, but if we had beaten Kansas State, if we had beaten Oklahoma State, I think we'd be tied for 2nd. Like, just in a really good spot. So, just little things that kind of make the difference in the end.
The fact that you said you're going dancing, does that affect preparation at all, motivation, or are you guys still hungry?
Still hungry. I actually think it affects motivation in a good way, because there haven't been – I think there's only been a couple dudes on our team that have actually gone to the tournament. So the fact that we get to go there and it's historic and legendary, and we're motivated to actually make something happen there.
So how's it been having a baby? How's your life changed, and are you getting to sleep at night?
Yeah, it's been awesome. My wife is incredible. She's been holding down the fort. We have a lot of family around us that's been helping out as well. But it's been a great week so far.
His name's Joey, you said?
Yeah, Joey Johnson. Mm-hmm.
JJ?
Yep. Pretty cool.
How much was your phone blowing up after that Kansas win, and maybe just some of the eyeballs that are on this program now?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It's almost like you enjoy it for that day, that night. You enjoy it on the bus ride to the airport. You can enjoy it on the plane when you get home, and then, like, once you go to bed, you just turn your phone off, because it was going pretty crazy.
What's going to take to avoid a letdown on Saturday against a TCU team that's got 10 seniors?
Yeah, they're a really good team. We're going to dive into their scout a little bit later, I guess right after this. But, we just can't get complacent. Like we said, anybody can beat anybody, and they beat some really good teams. So we got to pay attention to our scout, just stay hungry, because we have a lot left to play for.
This is obviously your last go-around at BYU. To get a win like that in Kansas is obviously probably the high point of your entire experience.
Mm-hmm.
What is that motivation like, trying to finish out on an even higher note down the stretch in these last few games here?
Yeah, I'm super motivated. I've been talking to the guys yesterday and on the plane ride. It was just like, man, that was a really cool win. But, like, there's bigger wins to be had, I think, in the NCAA tournament. We can go and make some noise there, and we're a really capable team. Like, we can go and really do some damage. So, really cool win. We're really excited for the wins that are to come.
When they put Foose in for Ali and you're on the floor,
mm-hmm.
how does your style change based on those two interchangeable?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're such different players. Like, they have their different strengths. Ali is obviously an incredible passer. So when he's in the game, we really try to play through him in that trail position. And when you pass it to him, like, you screen hard and you cut hard, because he's going to find you on a pass. Foose is really, dominant down there in the paint. So we know that when we can get into ball screens with him and we can, get down there in the paint as a guard, you maybe give a shot fake, but you can kind of give this little 2-foot dump off to him, and he's really good at scoring in there. So, it's just different playing to each guy's strengths.
And then a lot's made of the continuity of roster that you guys have had.
Mhm.
Can you give me maybe an anecdote or an example of a time when that paid off? Like the fact that you were so familiar with what some of your teammates were going to do that kind of, paid off?
Yeah. One that jumps to my mind just off the top of my head is in the UCF game. I had the ball in the wing and I drove baseline, and two guys from UCF collapsed on me as I was going baseline. So I either had to dump off to Foose, like right in the middle of the paint, or I had someone in the corner, and there wasn't anyone in the corner yet, but I knew if I threw it, someone was going to be there. And Foose wasn't open, so I just threw it, and I think Jackson ended up filling into the corner really, really late. So it's just stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I think we just get each other.
Are you guys any more questions?
Yeah, coach and the players have all talked about what a cool experience it was to play at Fog Allen Fieldhouse.
Mhm.
It's a mecca and it's a cathedral and whatever. How did you guys put that sort of in the back of your mind and still focus on what you needed to do, and then what do you learn from that experience of
Yeah.
focusing?
One thing we talked about before the game is just like we talked about our fight, and we've played in some really cool arenas, never quite like that, and we played some really good teams. Like we played Gonzaga every year. We've played UCLA, USC, just some like really, really high level teams. So to go in there to play against, McDonald's All-Americans or, All-Americans, all Big 12 players, it was just like, we've been there, we've done that. We just got to come fight. We got to be us on the court, and we got to play our game, and everything's going to take care of itself. And it did.
Coming off of that trip to the cathedral, and I realize the season's not over yet, so this is probably an unfair question to ask right now, but has this season been kind of what you expected it to be, being able to go to these like iconic college basketball venues and the Big Ten League and the parity of the conference? Has it been everything that you thought it would be, or maybe a little more, maybe a little less?
Yeah, it's been incredible. It's been really, really cool. For me, my senior year to go out like this in the Big 12 is pretty special. And yeah, I think it's I think we have put ourselves in a good position. We've won a lot of games, and just made some really good memories along the way. But the cool part is we still have a couple games left, and it's not over, and we'll go make some more memories.